everyone, hey, I'm back with a video lecture, and today we're going to discuss the shoulder abduction and adduction. Majorly, what you have to do is basically form the same position as you have formed in a shoulder flexion. Now, what you have to do, we can just first scroll it down to see what kind of position patient have to make to perform a shoulder abduction and adduction. Okay, you can see here in this picture is basically the abduction is performing. Mm, okay, what you have to do is patient in a spine position, basically at the end of the edge of the bed, and one hand is basically on the distal end of the humerus. You can say also in a easy wording that above the elbow. Okay, above the elbow you have to stabilize from one hand, and the other hand is basically on the patient's sorry, on the rest of the patient's, on the patient's wrist. Okay, majorly what you have to do basically is, this is not the starting position, this is basically the end position of the patient. So what you have to do basically is start the movement from the patient's adduction position. That patient has been completely, the arm or the forearm is relaxing on the bed side, or you can also say that on the side or on the edge of the bed. And now you have to hold the patient hands. As a doctor or as a therapist, you can just hold a patient's hand in both the your both hands are holding the patient arm and forearm like this. Like arm you can just above the elbow, and forearm like you have to hold the wrist and the hand as well. What you have to do is basically start the movement from there, and yes, you can follow this arrow and reach it as much as possible the patient can perform this movement. To reach the full range of abduction, there must be slightly, or you can say that the external rotation of the humerus as well, and the upward rotation of scapula, because these both are supporting the shoulder abduction. So because the muscles that are performing the abduction are also involving in the external rotation, the upward rotations of the scapula, and also because these are the movements that are basically the supporting movements in this way. So you have to just form this position. What you have to make is basically slightly elbow flexed. Okay, you have seen here the flexion of the elbow slightly, and the shoulder, or you can say that the shoulder is an abduction position. Same like that, when you can come back from this position on the resting table or on the resting bed, that is basically the shoulder adduction. So majorly what you have been performing is shoulder abduction adduction simultaneously at the same time. What you have to do is just maintaining this position and performing the movement abduction adduction, and this is basically the range of motion that of the shoulder, completing the shoulder abduction and adduction. And you can just say that this is the best way to perform this because the patient is also comfortable, and therapist can also comfortably perform this range of motion. But if you can say that, because in this book it doesn't have any other alternate positions, but sometimes if there is any requirement the patient cannot lie down, if there are other certain factors, so you can just modify a certain factors or certain areas to according to the patient's need. So thanks for watching. If you have any query you can ask, and this is the shoulder abduction and adduction. In the next lecture we are going to discuss shoulder internal and external rotations. Bye bye.